for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. From the Netherlands, the winner of 3 PDC titles. Ladies and gentlemen, the Titan, Duijvenbode! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 3 Grand Slams, a World Grand Prix, the winner of the World Cup, 2 World Series Finals titles. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former champion of the world, the Iceman, Gerwyn.
A high-octane match in store to kick off the evening session, and in the box for Price against Van Duijvenbode, Alan Warren-a-Little and John Rawling.
Good evening, everybody. Van Duijvenbode first on with his trademark walk-on and the crowd loving him. Gerwyn Price, fair to say his reception was at best a little bit mixed. Dirk made his debut last year, losing out to Simon Whitlock. And most notably last year in the World Series Darts Finals, he got to the final where he was beaten 11-10 by Gerwyn Price, Alan.
Yes, I remember that one very well. He threw first in that last leg. He stopped, if you remember, to try and get his emotions right, and he seemed to lose all that momentum. And Gerwyn stepped in and took the leg and the title.
Not been in the best of health over the last 2 or 3 days, he says. The crowd once the play actually begins. I really do hope it doesn't impact too much on the game.
Absolutely. Both players have, well, play with plenty of emotion, aggression, passion.
$15-1 in previous meetings for Price. On television, it's 5-0. The only time Dirk actually beat him was in a Players' Championship event in 2021 when he came out as a 6-3 winner. And I think there's, if you're going to look at Dirk, is it fair to say, Alan, that he does blow very hot and cold?
Well, he certainly does. You look at his first round win against Christopher Tyskie. At times he was brilliant. But, he had to really dig deep to get over the line eventually. And he seems to have done that in quite a few matches where he's been in control. All of a sudden he goes to his C game, and then he has to end up fighting to either win the match or get closer, depending on the long distance of whichever match he's playing in. He needs to do it over a longer period, really.
He's one of those massive hitters of 180s, Van Duijvenbode. Gerwyn Price won that World Series of Darts Finals event. Also the winner of the New Zealand Darts Masters, where he beat Johnny Clayton, runner-up in the match play as well.
Well, there's no doubt he's in fantastic form as he's looking for the first match. Not quite, but still 3 good visits. 1-2-1 after 9. They lost in both finals in the World Series to Michael Smith and Peter Wright, but looks in good nick.
140. Gerwyn, you require 121.
So first attempt at checking out. Bullseye needed.
96. Dirk, you require 120.
Lucky, good effort.
See what Van Duijvenbode can make of the 120. Shanghai on 20s. There's the treble. There's the single. Now, and that's a holder throw. And a very tidy check out from Big Dirk.
Yes, absolutely. Gerwyn just missed the bullseye.
43.
Dirk managed to get that Shanghai to hold throw and give him plenty of momentum in the match. I think he's gone to the wrong water. Both players having a laugh about it. That happens quite often, actually.
Innocent mistake.
It's the first drink he's ever bought him.
100. $60.
I'll say both players have a lot of emotion, don't they, in play. Sometimes you can lose track of things.
140.
Well, he's settling into the game nicely as Dirk.
15.
And the crowd happily cheering. Price missing the 20.
Yes, I mean, the first one, it looked like a bad angle. I'm surprised he never moved, because he's normally a pretty good switcher, certainly for the 19s, one of the best in the world, in fact. But he persevered, and all three were astray.
96.
Duijvenbode, 121 required. Where's he going to go? Sometimes goes bullseye, and he has gone for the... So treble.
55.
Well, not as good as it could have been. It depends what price he gets here.
100.
Still got 2 visits at least to take this 66. Just takes the pressure off a little bit. He's making a mess of it, though.
Well, he went for bull there. Normally, he'd be going for treble 10 there, I'd have thought. Whatever. People have their different ways. It's what you fancy at the moment.
He's almost pressurising himself
129.
by the last 2 visits, because he was complete control of the match, of the leg rather, and now he's under pressure to hit the double.
Certainly is now. Needed that. 2-0 Dirk Van Duijvenbode.
Good leg, Dirk, to throw first.
Well, it was in only just. It just shows if you start messing around about the end of a leg, because Price was 297, I think, when he was throwing for the finish.
87.
He almost reeled him back in.
Well, apart from anything else, it would have put him on the back foot as well, because he was in complete control of the match. And then it's one apiece. It does stop you in your tracks a little bit.
Boisterous atmosphere.
59.
Standing up, because to a man and woman, they do love the darts.
They absolutely love it here.
57.
Always a good singing crowd here. Before we went on air, it was like Top of the Pops.
Usual bit of Neil Diamond, doesn't there?
80.
Recovery with the last one, just about. Price yet to get his scoring boots on consistently.
121.
That's better.
Yet to have our first maximum of this match.
$27. 90.
Just about recovered. Both players just going through that strange phase.
140. Gonna win you a 130.
So 136 for a break of throw. Can't be done now.
82. Dirk require 108.
Looking at the bottom of the board. Treble 19 would have left double 16.
48. Gonna win you require 54.
Tops for Price for a break of throw. A much needed foothold in the match.
Well, yes, I mean, good start from both players really that first leg.
Game on.
Sort of pitted out a little bit out of the second one, but Dirk took it. And that one was really up for grabs for both players, but Pricey took it, and now he's looking to get back level at 2-2.
Maximum number 1.
That's how quickly the game can turn around.
93.
How much deep down do you think it would play on Dirk's mind, and indeed aid Gerwyn, to know that Price has got such a great record against him?
Well, it'll certainly be in his mind, because they mentioned it on the interview, so he's obviously pretty much aware of it, and he'll be determined to put that right tonight, really. That first win, you've got to start somewhere. He's playing well enough, but when you've got a bogey player, it just does play on your mind a little bit more.
Price is in a handy place now. Duijvenbode no finish. 6 darts from 121.
Yeah, just had a quick check there to see what his opponent was on.
Decided on the setup rather than going for it.
Yeah, 69 is not a gimme, is it? May only get 1 dart, possibly.
Well, that puts him under a bit of pressure. 14 for tops to square up the match. Important dart.
49. Dirk require 59.
He fancied it, but it was just underneath. Chance he didn't think he was going to get in this leg. For 3-1.
39.
Overcompensated.
Gerwyn, you require 20.
Yes, I think when you have that 1 dart, John, you can be excused for a miss, but when you've got 2 in your hand, you really fancy your chances.
Second successful double of 4 attempts for Price. Levels up the match.
140.
I think if Dirk's going to win this match, he has to go in at the first break leading.
140.
Just keep all those negative thoughts away.
Reminder that it's the first to 10 to take a place in the next round, where Chris Dobie awaits.
The way these two throw pretty quickly, it'll certainly be a fast match.
140.
Pricey was 2-0 down here, looking to go in at the break 3-2, unless Dirk can fill this in.
That's his first. Overdue, he'll think.
Dirk require 124.
Treble 18 would leave the bullseye.
99.
Chance here. Price's scoring has given him this opportunity. 116. It's 2-0 down. Could he be leading? Well, that doesn't help at all. See the disappointment in his face as soon as he realised where it had gone.
40. Dirk required 25.
Double 8 for Van Duijvenbode. And he takes it. That's a hold of throw. So he goes into the break with a narrow advantage, leading Gerwyn Price.
Paper will be lit.
Game on.
Gerwyn Price averaging just under 94. Big Dirk just under 91.
99.
Which, by both their standards, is less than they would have hoped.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's not what you expect of these players, is it? That's the thing. Late 90s, around 100. Seem to talk about that quite significantly.
137.
Yeah, not so long ago, anything over 90 was considered a really elite sort of throwing. Now the benchmark is, well, 100 or maybe even more.
58.
Both players just seem to be petering on in second gear at the moment.
And a muted atmosphere as well. A few Welsh fans who've come down to support Gerwyn Price. Johnny Clayton, who's going to be in action a little bit later on as well. There they are.
You need a couple of maximums or a couple of big finishes. Get the fire in the belly. They certainly don't lack passion and commitment, these two.
140.
It's more like it.
You require 108.
108 needed. Needs a single, and now for tops.
68. Dirk, you require 110.
Chance of a big break here.
These are the chances you've got to take. But he's not giving himself the opportunity.
Gerwyn, you require
Tops then for 3 all. Double 10.
30. Dirk, you require 6.
Looks a bit nervy.
Yeah, the one dart is neither here nor there, but when you get 3 clear darts.
Double 10.
He's on the 6 flag.
Break of throw. Van Duijvenbode leading 4-2.
Yes, 4 darts at the double for Gerwyn Price there, and at his favourite double top,
Game on.
with 3 of them.
Gerwyn Price was named the favourite to win this one, but not by quite as big a margin as you might have imagined.
Well, he was in pretty good form in the World Series, got to both finals in Bahrain and Copenhagen. Was pipped by
60.
world champion Michael Smith in Bahrain and Peter Wright in Copenhagen. So was in pretty good form. Just hasn't yet ignited.
And Van Duijvenbode will hope that he's starting to settle into a groove.
He's been feeling a little bit unwell as well, Gerwyn, hasn't he, the last few days? That doesn't help.
Saw earlier in the week he was in 2 minds about whether or not he was even going to play.
Dirk, you require 50.
Oh dear, that's a single. So double 16 now.
He's on the 7
Well, he got away with it.
He wasn't under pressure with pricing up on a finish, but when you start making a mess, as he did earlier on in the match, if you remember,
54.
it can really take its toll. But he got there in the end, that's the main thing.
Price not quite at the races at the moment.
140.
Oh, he needs that little bit of a purple patch, doesn't he? 2 or 3 legs where he can almost blow his opponent away, as we've seen over the years. Just not quite at that level at this match.
No, and he's certainly not as hyped up for it as he sometimes is he? There's been none of the trademark shouting and roaring. It's good cover shooting, though.
34.
Well, especially the last one. Dropped on the floor, refocused, readjusted.
27.
Price looking at a nice setup. Well, that wasn't in the plan. It's a good recovery.
121.
Oh, very good recovery. Leaving a 2-darter from where he was.
73.
Great last start. So Price 58 tops.
Again, too low on the double top.
38. Dirk require 100.
Well, this is for another break, and you'd start to wonder about whether Price is going to survive another one if this goes. Treble 20 would have left double 16.
98.
Well, it's a couple of times he's missed the chance of a big finish, and 2 of them he's been able to return to the board, but not on this occasion.
Nine flag, Dirk to throw first. Game on.
Five 3. And Duijvenbode more solid on the finishing.
Yeah, I mean, Price
100.
4 darts in leg 6 was the real mistake in the match. He has had darts at double in others. Right, 2 children, he's one on the floor. Where's it going to go?
140.
Not quite the maximum.
Drops a lot of darts, doesn't he?
Maybe rushing a bit. Possibly.
100. 100.
Better from Price. A bit more consistent scoring. We're so used to the level he plays at. He's not quite there yet.
140.
Good visit. On to a finish first there.
91. Dirk require 161.
So 161 with Price on the maximum possible checkout.
I was thinking about going for the ball here, maybe, or double. No,
93.
there's a few options there. 25 would have been a good one. Would have left a 2-darter.
Only one option here. And now he needs the ball! And gets it. Alan gives his trademark bellow, and Gerwyn responds.
Outstanding from Gerwyn. Well, we said he needed a spark. Is that the spark?
Could be. And if he can just hold his throw here, going to the next interval on level terms will represent a little bit of a success, because things looked as though they were potentially sliding away.
Yes, he was 5-2 down. He'd missed a few darts at double, thrown a few legs away. His scoring wasn't quite there. It's now up to 96.5 and rising. He said he needed that purple patch.
And he might be right in it. That's his second maximum.
It's better. He knows it as well.
Looking good in this leg. Looks as though he's heading for the victory to put him up back onto level
65.
terms.
Consolidated visit there. 25 of the last one to leave 116.
140 would be handy. 180 even better.
Well, again, as we say, all of a sudden you're on easy street, then you're under pressure with one visit.
That leaves him needing tops. Oh, beautiful. A 170 followed by a 116, and Gerwyn Price knows that he's
Lost the session 3-2.
Game on.
Winner of this taking a place against Chris Dobie tomorrow. And it is absolutely on a little bit of an edge at the moment. Price finishing that last session so powerfully, but can he maintain the impetus?
96.
Yeah, sometimes when you've got back into a game, two magnificent finishes as we've seen. The average is exactly the same before this visit.
140.
So, good standard at this moment in time. Started off slowly.
Another Price dart on the floor.
140.
He doesn't look well, does he?
99.
Duijvenbode down to 170. Price doing rather better.
Well, it'd be challenged.
133, 170.
132 for Price.
See what Van Duijvenbode can make of this. Well, that's one. Oh, Alan was poised for the big shout again.
21. Gerwyn, you require.
Yeah, it's got the last one in there, but that second one just a little bit to the right.
Great dart.
Well, we saw Stephen Bunting, but Price
Perfect.
he has his own way.
Perfect, eh?
Yeah, Stephen Bunting, 2 bullseyes and double 16 last night, and just wide the double 16. It was Price who likes tops.
Double 16 Van Duijvenbode. Next door. Something in the crowd just upsetting concentration.
33. Gerwyn, you require 20.
He's not happy.
No, it stopped him in his tracks there, didn't it?
He's on 11th leg.
That's a breaker throw. And Price going ahead.
12th leg. Gerwyn
Cost
to
him.
Rufus. Game on.
Well, he's certainly very much in control, Gerwyn Price at this moment in time.
Looked so out of sorts early on, didn't he, Alan? Now he's, well, the last, what, three legs into this one, he's really flying.
Yes, and 4 legs on the spin.
57.
He's 5-2 down, remember.
Indeed.
Looking to go 7-5 ahead. Won't be happy with that first out, though.
24.
Or the last.
Where did that one come from, he thinks?
123.
He certainly puts the darts in the board with some venom, Big Dirk.
57.
And another loose visit. Gerwyn, who's never lost to Dirk in a televised match.
Well, it'll be in his mind that he was in such a good position.
55.
Yes, we know that Price has really upped the ante, certainly in the last 2 or 3 legs before the break. But when you're in such a good position, then all of a sudden you're behind. Your mind goes astray, you wander, you lose your scoring power.
100.
Well, he's on a finish, but Price can put him under some big pressure. These trebles. There's one.
They'll go for bull with the last one. 105 to leave 80.
Dirk require 164.
Well, 164, he's looking at 2 treble 19s in the bull. And it's not going to be, so Price will come back needing 80.
124.
Well, great setup. The important
Gerwyn, you
thing
require
about
80.
the visit, he didn't have a throw at the double. Price he should. 20 for tops. Just got to make sure he doesn't block it. Well, he's going to have to move, I think.
He's had 2 out of 8 on tops.
40.
And that whacks into one of the earlier thrown darts.
That's the problem when you want 80. If you single 20, you have to move for the second dart. And then you block the tops.
He's on the 12th leg.
Dirk stops the slide, stops Price's advance, and it's back to level pegging.
Yes, he definitely needed that.
13th leg, Dirk to
Dirk,
throw
everything
first.
was slipping away pretty fast. Can he re-establish himself in the match?
140.
3 maximums apiece. The averages pretty similar between the two of them. That certainly aids Price, his 4th maximum.
Both players averaging over 98. Almost doesn't seem as good as that with that. Certainly the slow start, the first session.
95.
It's got better.
He's very much eyeing another maximum there.
Yes, you could see the disappointment etched on his face when the second dart didn't go in.
140.
All of our production staff who've nipped out there with the We Want a 9 darter. Everybody wants a 9 darter.
26. Dirk require 126.
126. Looking at 19s.
Well, he doesn't need to go for the ball. That's why he's probably gone for the treble 8 there.
76. Take 86.
Leaves himself nicely on tops.
52. Dirk
That's not
require
good.
40.
So tops then for Van Duijvenbode to go 1 up. This for a 7-6 lead.
He's on his 13th leg. Dirk
14 dot leg.
Gerwyn to throw first.
It's been a strange old game, hasn't it? I mean, almost looked like it was slipping away from Dirk there. Pricey
59.
had up the ante, his scoring was good, his finishing was good. And then it switched back around again.
Those scores there, though, Price really losing his mojo between legs 11 to 15. And Van Duijvenbode's coming on strong. He's edging his average up towards the 100 mark.
Yes, and a good time to do it as well.
28.
Getting closer to that magical 10.
That was his 4th maximum, by the way.
Yes, 4 apiece. He was one of the biggest maximum scorers on the circuit last year.
82.
He and Ross Smith, and Ross is up against Michael Smith later on.
115.
Yes, that should be an absolute cracker, and I can't wait for the walk-on.
They'll raise the roof for the world champion. I can absolutely guarantee it.
137.
Looking good for Dirk now.
99.
5 minutes ago it was a different story.
Yeah, it's as though it was the tide had very definitely flowing in the Price direction. Double 16 for 8-6 and another break.
70.
Price can do nothing about it apart from put a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, it's not the best scoring leg from him.
60. Dirk require 32.
The break, 3 in hand. And beautifully done.
He's got a 14th leg. Dirk Van Duijvenbode.
Price under pressure now. Big Dirk just needs 2 more. And now with the darts.
15th leg, Dirk to throw first.
Yes, and
Game
3
on.
legs on the spin for the Dutchman.
First televised win for him against Gerwyn. Price would get
41.
a sizable pressure relieved, wouldn't it? Played
60.
him 5 times on television and lost every time, Dirk Van Duijvenbode.
All he'll be thinking now is, I'm in a great position. I've got myself out of a hole. Keep your concentration and focus. Take it leg by leg.
100.
And hopefully at some point I'll have a throw for the match. But as we've seen already in this match in particular,
121.
it's turned around very quickly to the opposing player.
Great darts. What a superb response. This is a big leg, Alan.
It is, particularly on throw. It's a good start. 140 would be lovely here.
100.
It's okay. Still some work to do.
Oh, that's a poor start for Gerwyn. And a bad second.
78. Dirk, you require 80.
80. We've seen Price on this. And he's gone tops. Clattered into the first dart.
60.
Well, strange to go with the first dart, it has to be said, but he hit it, opened all the bed, second one bounced out, and then he missed the third, so chance of prize here.
Well, that's made a mess of it. 3 ended any opportunity he had.
20.
So double 10 for 9-6.
See Dirk visually trying to compose himself.
What an important dart. And the shout from Van Duijvenbode shows you that he knows he is now just one away, and that was vital.
Yeah, it certainly was. Massive for him, really. Because if he'd have missed, Price would have been back in the match or just about. 10 maximums, 5 apiece.
The World Series final, Price won 11-10. Is Van Duijvenbode getting revenge? They're in.
139.
Oh, so much room in the bed, but I think he went down for the 19s because the second dart was right in the corner with the first one. It just looked a little bit loose.
With the 2020 vision of hindsight, I wonder if he'd have perhaps stayed on the treble. Got to win this one, of course, or it's all over.
Yeah, looking good in this one. He's got some work to do in the next few legs if he takes this one, which is a red-hot favourite, obviously.
9 darts down to 42. So now tops.
32.
Missed that by a distance. Van Duijvenbode way back though.
Yeah, it's very loose from Gezi. Unlike him, if he does miss, it's normally on the wire. But he knows he's going to return. Probably got at least 2 visits here.
134. Gerwyn, you require 10.
Yep, good visit though from
He's on the
Dirk.
16 flag.
Price narrows the gap with that double 5. 13 darter. So is this the moment?
Well, this is what he'll be thinking after that last leg. He didn't perform well at all.
17 flag.
He's almost thinking and waiting for the next leg to start, composing himself, get himself ready. Now he's got to do it.
140.
Good start.
Yeah, it's a very good start. He almost begged for a 140 when you throw him first for the match.
I'm being told his only victory over Gerwyn Price, prior potentially tonight, was actually here in a Players' Championship in 2021.
Yes, we do a few Players' Championships here, mainly in Barnsley, sometimes Wigan. And we do have some in Milton Keynes this year. Leicester is also on the calendar.
59.
Is Milton Keynes going to be a happy hunting ground for Dirk?
96.
Well, we'll never be in a better position. See him talking to himself there, trying to calm himself down, but still trying to perform. Sometimes a player of his emotional state needs to fire straight in.
Price needs 2 breaks of throw if he's going to win. And of course a hold. His nose ahead here, but only by fairly inconsequential 48.
$100.
Just about.
$58. Dirk, you require 158.
Both of them looking jittery here. It can be done, 158. Not now.
$96.
Good last one, 58 would have been okay, would have left a straight ton. 62, a little bit better to offer.
Well, he's going to fancy this now. He's got 62 here for the match.
Requires 62.
Could all end here. And he's got it, double 16.
Big
miss, Alan.
Well, it was a long way off there. You could see him. He looked a bit edgy.
Gerwyn, you require 109.
I'm sure he's done this finish many a time. 90's got options. Treble 18, double 18, bull tops.
He's got it for double 18. Oh, unlucky.
91.
Just wired it.
Dirk requires 16.
That really would have put some pressure on Dirk. But this again for the match.
He's not getting too close. This time. No.
Well, what can you say?
18.
I think Gezi can believe he's still in there.
Well, maybe that's why he's never beaten him on TV.
He's on the 17th round.
He survives despite everything.
Well, he won't get a better chance.
Might give Dirk a fairly wide berth if I see him later on, if he doesn't win this.
18 flag, Gerwyn to throw first.
5 darts to win.
Game on.
10-7. But we go on. 9-8. Price throwing first. If he takes this one, we'll have a last leg decider, as we did in the World Series.
83.
Important trouble with the last dart. Yeah, in the World Series, it was Price who prevailed, winning it 11-10.
100.
And Dirk threw first in that last leg, which he would do in this one if it goes that far.
140.
Priceless points in the bag. Great dance.
177.
Well, he needed that for a variety of reasons.
58.
More importantly, in this leg, has given him a great opportunity.
Yep. Nerves got the better of him last time.
140.
And he's in a commanding position again now.
Yes, he's got that gritty, determined look now than before. He just looked edgy. Couldn't get himself set properly on the hockey. But if Pricey hits a max, he leaves himself tops.
100.
And he has.
Dirk, you require 84.
Has he got it in him to do this? Great dart. Double 18 for the match. And he's done it! Dirk van Duijvenbode takes it out. He celebrates, the crowd celebrate with him. And Gerwyn Price sportingly says, well played, and a first televised victory over Gerwyn Price for Dirk van Duijvenbode. He wants to shake everybody's hand. He doesn't want to rush off there now. He is one very, very happy boy, and will play Chris Dobie in the next round. He beats the former world champion. Dirk van Duijvenbode wins it 10-8.